everybody. Today is Monday, the 12th of October. I'm Kathleen, and this is Kathleen's Trodden Trail. I have a ton of stuff to show you today. I'm going to try to get right to it, and I'm going to try really hard to put a more together video today. Last time it was a hot mess, so I probably have more than 15 minutes worth of stuff to show you. I'm going to try to do these in 15-minute intervals instead of splicing and dicing like I did last time and totally screwing it up. First of all, I wanted to start with the sweetest thing I received in the mail today. So, we live out in the country now. Oh, and by the way, new spot in the house. So I am sitting with my back to the bar of our house. You can see the wine glasses hanging there and the Nebraska bar sign over here. This is just a funky little section actually of a huge great room that we have. That was the great room for this house was added late after the fact. The house was built in '87 and the great room I think was added in 2007. And I think they must have dug out some more of the hill that the house was built into and added the great room, and then they included this bar. And so the bar is kind of its own separate little room at the kind of back side of the great room, as it were. The couches and where we hang out when we're in the family room is over here to my right. But it's really nice because we have a little mini fridge in here, and so we can keep waters and sodas and hard ciders and that kind of thing in the mini refrigerator. You can't see it, but I have a stash of wine here, and then all the hard alcohol, which we drink very little hard alcohol, so a lot of it is very old. It's been gifted to us, but that's all on the shelves back on the back side of the bar. I still need to get bar chairs. I have not found any that I've fallen in love with, and it's kind of a funky setup. I'll try to remember to take a picture of it, but it's the bar itself is made of rock. So it's kind of a funky little bar. But anyway, there's this fun little kind of overhang over the bar itself, and I realized that it would be a neat place to put decorations come the holidays. And so I chose to just do black and white. I'm going to just tip you just a little bit. Just black and white decorations for up here. This is the only area that has these black and white kind of funny little decorations. I have these two adorable little cats, Halloween cats right here. A bigger one that I think I got at Michael's or Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and then a little teeny one that's right next to him that my sweet friend Jen Reagan gifted me last year. And I just love those two little kind of primitive, antique-y looking cats. Okay, so anyway, that's just a fun little area of decorating for Halloween. Right above me is a sign that actually lights up that I turn on at night. It says spooky, and it lights up. So anyway, just a fun little area, and we really enjoy the bar area. It has a shelving and counter space back behind where we can keep snacks. And then I have an antique chimney cabinet that fits perfectly in the space between the bar and the doorway to the dining room, and we keep snacks in that. So a lot of chocolate, a little bit of licorice, that kind of stuff. But anyway, today the mailman came, mail lady came, and then I had a package from my sweet friend Angie Meyer, and she's Bubmai on FlossTube, and she sent a beautiful card, which I didn't bring over here. I should have. House, congratulations on your new housewarming, and the sweetest. And she said, when I saw this, it was just so you, and she's so right. But these three little bowls, grateful, thankful, blessed, they're individual. I have a finish that Mindy was trying to pull off the table. Grateful, thankful, blessed. And so I immediately unwrapped them and opened them and put them in my china hutch with a pumpkin up here. And they look perfect in there. But once Halloween is over, I have a candy bowl up here right now. It's a skeleton candy bowl. You'll see when I take a picture of the bar. and that has candy in it. But when Halloween is over, I'll put these out on the bar and put, nuts in them, or pretzels, or candy, or what have you. So just something fun, and then they'll be so perfect at Thanksgiving to use, and they're just beautiful. I absolutely love them. So I actually have you set up on a card table, antique card table, so it's wood, and it does collapse down. I think it's handmade, and it's the puzzle station that we have. So I've always wanted to have an area where we could have a puzzle in the works, and I'll show you. It's a Charles Wysocki. This is the puzzle that we have going right now, and so far Brian hasn't worked on it at all, but I've worked on it quite a bit. So it's always a toss-up at night when I'm tired if I want to work on the puzzle or stitch. Okay, so anyway, that's the house. I'm going to include some pictures from outside that are just trees. That's what I've been lately obsessed with, taking pictures of the trees, because the colors this year have been absolutely gorgeous. And all you need to know is that every tree that I insert a picture of is on our property. So we've been very fortunate this year to really get to enjoy some gorgeous color. So I have one finished. It's called My Pretties, and it was a gift from the chart, and all the floss was a gift from my friend Colleen. And it did say My Pretties up here, and I changed it and charted this funky moon. But everything else is the called for colors, and everything else is the called for. I don't think the linen is the called for. I think this is on a piece of 32 count linen that I tea and coffee dyed, I'm pretty sure. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love this piece of wool that I put on the back. This is a piece of wool that I used in a rug. And of course, when you cut it into 1/8-inch strips or 1/4-inch strips and hook it into a rug, it doesn't look anything like this, but it's just the neatest wool. And then I stuffed it with walnut shells, crushed walnut shells, and I love this. I have this sitting up on my fireplace with a couple of witches and some pumpkins, and I absolutely love how that looks. Okay, another finish that I had, not cross stitch related, but wool applique, this is a pattern that I got from Shanty Stitchers, or a chart. It was not kitted, from Shanty Stitchers, I believe 2 years ago. I believe the very first time I ever went there, I bought this chart, or this pattern. And I don't even remember what it's called. But it's just a group of pumpkins with polka dots on them, kind of willy-nilly, and that's how you're supposed to stitch them, crooked and kind of like they're topsy-turvy. And I used all just scraps of wool that I had left over from rug hooking and put it on a background, and then again I used this wool just so I could show this wool off a little bit, and I stitched it to this piece of wool, and then I just have it hanging on the wall over here, in between the dining room and the family room. And this will stay up through like Thanksgiving. I think that's really cute. I think it turned out really, really cute. My colors are very different than the colors in the pattern, than the model. And I really loved the colors in the model, but I just didn't have those colors. So, okay, so that's it for kind of finishes. And then let me go ahead and show you what I've been working on. So I don't know if I fessed up to this or not, but back in May, I went ahead and ordered Consider the Lilies. I had been looking at it forever and ever, and I have His Eye is on the Sparrow. That was the first chart that got me back into cross stitching, maybe like 5 years ago. And I have that. It is not finished. It's maybe a quarter finished. And I had originally told myself I would not buy Consider the Lilies until I had His Eyes on the Sparrow finished. And then I couldn't help myself. So I went ahead and ordered it. I ordered it from Beach Cottage Stitchers, and who I've ordered from in the past with great success and wonderful customer service and never had a problem. And it just came maybe like 2 weeks ago, but they had let me know that they were very behind because of COVID, and it was hard to get things in. And I'd actually ordered this and several other things. And so it was fine. I was not in any hurry. And it was really fun to see that it had shipped and that it was coming and that I was suddenly getting it. I had kind of put it out of my mind. And so you've all seen it. It's great. It's in a book. Consider the Lilies. I think this is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And so, you know me, I couldn't not start it, right? Because to me, whether it started in sitting or not started in sitting, kind of same, right? Kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. So my thought is, I know that a lot of people are working on this on Sundays, and I would like to do that. I've had that thought before, and actually that was my thought with Kringles, was that I was going to work on Kringles every Sunday. But I was watching, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, I was watching Brenda and the Cereal Starter, Brenda and Laura, and they made it, one of them, they were just discussing like kind of plans and that sort of thing. And one of them made the comment like, but you know me, it's as the wind blows. Like, I'm going to, you know, this is a nice idea and this is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. But then the wind might blow and I might change my mind. And I thought, that is so me. So, but I have worked on this for the last 2 Sundays, not all day. And I started in the upper left-hand corner, and there's my little start. And these lilies really take a little bit of thought. They're kind of different, and I just had to really kind of concentrate. But once I got one done, then I sort of had the idea, and I was able to get the second one done a lot faster. So I love this. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I absolutely love working on it. But no clue when I might finish it. No idea. None at all. So that's Consider the Lilies, and I am doing that on a piece of the called for fabric, which I think is 28 count, so it's going to be gigantuous. I think that His Eye is on the Sparrow is actually on either 32 or 36 count. The other thing that I've had forever and ever, and I just decided the other day that I was going to start, happened to be going through some charts and thought, you know what, I'm starting this, and I'm not even sure, yeah, it is Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. I absolutely love this. Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl, just finished this, and it's gorgeous. My friend Colleen finished it like last year and already has it framed, and it's gorgeous. So I pulled it out, and I've been collecting a lot of Gentle Arts and Weeks threads, different floss packs and just different colors. And I have kind of a good stash of those built up, and I thought, I bet I have most of the colors that are called for in this. There really aren't a ton of colors, a few, but not a ton. And I got all my stash, and I sat down at the table, and I had literally one called for color. And right now we need to make appointments to go out to reflections. And so, this was like Saturday morning at 6 a.m. or something that I was doing this. So I just converted everything to what I had. I think the one color that is called for maybe is Harvest Basket. I think Harvest Basket was the one color that I had. So I just converted everything, and these are my colors. I'm doing the house in Colonial Copper. The called for on the house is nutmeg, and I really thought I had a skein of nutmeg, and I don't. So I will make an appointment with Julie and go out this week and get a few more colors. For one thing, I'm going to run out of Colonial Copper, so hopefully I'll be able to find that out there. But so it's very different. It's similar, but yet it's not the same as the model. But I love it, and so much fun to work on. I love that house. I love a big house, and I kind of was, doing hit or miss because I wanted to see if colors worked, and so far they definitely do. I think my windows are going to be a little bit more prominent probably than the original windows, and that might drive me crazy, but I think it'll be okay.